Bruh. Bruh.
Just
I feel like since we started this show, like every time right before we're about to record an episode, some crazy thing happens, whether it's Liam Neeson or the abduction in plain sight thing, and now this Jussie Smollett. Bruh. What is next?
yeah, they're gonna reveal that Hillary Clinton is a reptilian or some shit like that.
Do people not know that?
Yeah, but they're gonna reveal it. There's plenty of people that know that. Did you not watch Alex Jones today on Joe Rogan?
Oh, and then yeah, that happened right before we hit record. Alex Jones shows up on Joe Rogan. Oh boy, I can't wait when we report on the apocalypse. But today,
Aren't we?
we're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there. I believe
This is one of the seventh sons.
I believe this week's incident, or this little recent incident,
Yeah, it's been about a month going now.
it's predicted in Revelations. I do believe. So I was aware of this guy through memes, like you were, Jake.
Yeah.
Never got the full story. I know the basics of what he did.
Right.
So we pulled up the Chicago Tribune, go right to the source, city where it happened in, and we pulled up the article, and we have everything dated from what Jussie Smollett did. Now, a little background on Jussie Smollett. He's an actor on the show Empire. I would just be happy enough to have a TV role. Apparently not Jussie.
Openly gay, openly black.
I don't think he has that choice.
I'm just saying.
I don't think that's a...
He's not hiding it.
Well, how could you? How could you, Jake? How could you hide it?
I don't know, man.
Well, anyway. So, he's from Empire. I would be happy, as somebody in the entertainment industry, I would just be happy with a TV show in general. I wouldn't be greedy and want more if I was greedy.
Well,
I'd just audition
hold on,
more.
let's tell people what happened, what he did.
Okay. Let's get right full into it from
He
beginning
made
to
a
end.
claim last month that 2 men attacked him near his apartment, and they put a noose around his neck, and they started calling him faggot and the N-word and everything else. Cut to now, and pretty much it's been, solidified that he faked the entire thing.
Yes. January 22nd, the week before he says he was attacked in Streeterville, which I want to live there. That sounds like a town in the cartoon Doug.
Right.
Smollett reported receiving
It's
an
a
envelope.
suburb of Pleasantville.
It's a suburb. Smollett reported receiving an envelope addressed to him at a production studios on Chicago's west side. The envelope was postmarked in southwest suburban Bedford Park 4 days earlier. The letters MAGA were written in red ink, and inside was a threat in cut. Hey, everybody, we're not
Hey.
muted. Hey!
Sweet.
I did it correctly
Fourth
this time.
Fifth time's a charm.
Fifth time is a charm. It is episode 5.
Yeah.
I'm Dan,
Misty.
and this is Nerd Alert. And we got a good show today. We got some big news. We're gonna save to the middle of the show though, because I know our subscribers probably not home yet. I know Exterminate contacted us today, said he was racing home at 5 p.m. So we're gonna wait till the middle of the show to tell everybody the big news. But it is big. We're still having like a hard time believing it ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, you see our faces right now, we're just kind of like, okay.
All right.
We'll see how this goes. We were kind of, I don't want to say we're in over our heads, we just didn't,
No, we're not.
We didn't expect it.
It's some awesome news.
It's awesome.
It's awesome news.
We didn't expect it.
Like, I'm still, kind of, filing things in my brain right now.
It's one of those things.
Oh.
It is one of those things.
All this stuff is going to be happening.
And then, March 22nd, we're in the middle of where we just started our anniversary month, basically,
Yeah.
for the channel. March 22nd will be a year So we've got something coming up with that. We got an announcement on that, what we're going to do on that day. But yeah, I guess we should just nerd out right now.
Yeah.
And get into it. First things first, what's going on presently that we enjoy? Gotham.
Yes.
We've just now got all caught up. We were like 2 episodes. Last night's episode, last week's episode, we didn't catch. Finally caught it. Oh my god.
There's more Gordon drama. Like I
Lots of Gordon
haven't
drama.
had any like Gordon drama in a while. No,
To me, that's not like. I think that's the stupid thing going on. Everything else that goes on is great. You got like a Scarface episode. You've got plenty of new villains or in the Batman universe, or old villains of the Batman universe introduced into the show in these 2 episodes, and it's just like fucking amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, Scarface kind of lends itself to like, oh, is this like a hokey? Like, is this hokey? What's going on right now? Is what I thought.
But before you get annoyed with it, boom, Scarface is out of the
he's-
picture.
Yeah.
So you only enjoy it for just a little bit of time. But yeah, no, amazing 2 episodes. Left us on a cliffhanger with Jeremiah. Wow. No, as soon as I saw like there was a big tub of Ace Chemicals, I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
I know what's
that
gonna
was-
happen next.
That was a super action-packed one. So maybe the Scarface thing was kind of a little bit of comic relief. there.
Comic relief, yeah, because one of the you don't know what's gonna
Mhm.
happen. But we revealed it last week what they plan to do with the Joker, so now it all makes sense from that final
Mhm.
form photo why he looks like that. But I'm glad they did the traditional, Joker falling into the Ace Chemicals. Because I think if they did it any other way, comic book fans would complain. Because comic book fans are a bunch of complainers.
I mean,
And we'll get into that later in the episode. We've got a little talking point
I
on
mean,
that.
I have I have this perspective of an outsider. I've seen the original Batman movies, 1989, Batman Returns, so on and so forth. But I kind of have that outsider's perspective. So just from like a story perspective, I'm enjoying it, and I'm glad that they're not taking some of those one-off villains, like they're not stretching them too thin. It's like
Mm-mm.
it serves its purpose for the story's sake, and then they're done with it. I mean, but some of the mainstays, villains, they kind of come and go. We should do an episode just talking about Gotham
Gotham villains.
because there's so many really good ones. Jervis Tetch is one of my favorites, and I'm glad that
When he
still
showed
makes
up,
appearances.
when he showed up though, you initially didn't like him, but then the character just kind of grew on you.
Yeah. I don't know. There was something weird. It was just his whole weird thing with his sister. Like,
Yeah.
it was really like Lewis Carroll type weirdness to me.
Yeah.
And I liked that.
I think my favorite villain so far in Gotham, it's Cameron Monaghan's Joker.
I mean,
That's it.
Joker is by far
Believe it or
the
not,
best.
Penguin and Riddler are fantastic, but Cameron Monaghan is actually putting his name in the hat as like a really good
Mhm.
Joker. No one's paying attention to it because people get very opinionated
Yeah.
on Gotham when they first watch it. When you're a Batman fan, you
Mhm.
gotta like drop your walls
Mhm.
and just accept a new idea coming at
Ben
you.
McKenzie, come on, Ben McKenzie has to make the first 2 seasons. If you don't like him as Gordon, then you're kind of,
Yeah,
you're kind of done after the first 2 seasons.
I'd say he plays a pretty good Gordon. I'd say he plays a pretty good Gordon.
Yeah.
Bullock's great.
Freaking, but I remember him from Grounded for Life.
Grounded for Life.
I remembered
yeah.
him as that.
He was having
comedic dad.
canceled Fox sitcoms
What's
left
his name?
and right.
Why?
I can't remember.
Colm? No, his name is not Colm. He has an Irish name.
We can wait
Anyway,
5 minutes and she'll
It's okay.
remember it.
It doesn't
She
matter. It
will.
doesn't matter. But I remembered seeing him in Grounded for Life, and I was like, oh, he plays a pretty funny dad. Da, 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 da. And then he pops up in Gotham. I'm like, all right, I can
Yeah.
dig this.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
he can act and everything.
Yeah.
And these 2 episodes, I mean, it was like we're 8 episodes in, like to the last
Mhm.
season. I don't know where it's going from here. Everybody wants to get off of Gotham. The main focal point right now is Penguin, Riddler. They're trying to get out of Gotham. Gordon and Barbara hooked up. and now Barbara's pregnant. That's the stupid thing.
But
That's
then-
what I don't like.
But then Lee's back in the picture.
Lee's back in the picture.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't mind that. I'm a woman. I don't mind it. I just want to see what happens.
But Bruce and Alfred are finally getting things together on like we need to start dressing Bruce up or something.
we need to be vigilantes.
We need to be vigilantes. We gotta start kicking people's ass.
Yeah.
And the latest episode, last night's episode, they actually go out and help some victim of Gotham's little war zone going on. They find I want to say it was Killer Croc, like the first stage of Killer Croc, but they end up saving it, and they kind of get a rush for it. They were like, "Hey, I like what we just did this,"
I mean, you couldn't have done that with any other Alfred. I
Yeah.
don't think.
No. Like Alfred was set up to be a hard ass for a reason. And I always loved that idea of Alfred being just like an ass kicker.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean,
He has some like security to him when but he's also a butler. I like that. And it's really helped with the character progression of Bruce and made everything a lot more easier to take, like him knowing how to fight and
Well, didn't what's his name teach him how to fight?
Alfred was teaching him how to fight in like
well,
season 2.
Yeah, but not just Alfred.
Oh, the ninjas and shit.
He
Yeah.
learned from like Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul and stuff.
Yeah.
But like
I
a
thought that
little,
was pretty cool.
I liked the idea of Alfred being the first one to teach Bruce the basics. Really enjoyed that. But this season, I mean, I don't know where it's headed. I really don't. Because at some point you see Batman, and then show ends. So like this is just like.
Isn't there a point where everyone kind of joins forces though? Because that's like the first sequence we see whenever we start this season.
Yeah.
There's all of our main characters like joining forces basically. So I think something's gonna happen and like all hell's gonna break loose. The government's up to something.
Government's definitely up to something and is responsible for the Bane character, which we did not see in the last 2 episodes.
He needs a break.
I get, he turns into, they put the mask on him, you're like, oh my god, it's Bane, and now these 2 weeks, nothing. Might be next week's episode. But last night's episode was really good with the Harvey Bullock background. So like back in the early seasons, there's this kind of episode that gets into Harvey Bullock's past, but not really. We'll flash forward. Now, God, it's been like 2 years since that episode. And now they finally did the episode that explains what happens in his past with this case with his 3 other detective buddies. And it kind of makes for this new villain that they created. Jane Doe has Clayface's powers, but it's not Clayface, and does not survive, unfortunately.
Well, I really liked her character.
It was a great character.
I really enjoyed it.
It wasn't, usually when these TV shows try to make up a villain, it's really, really stupid, but this one really, like, fit the story that was going, and her origin had tied into everything that had happened in Gotham with the previous seasons, with Hugo Strange and everything. It was just a fantastic character, but, it did not survive the end of the episode. Wonderful episode. And just the Harvey Bullock and the actors playing his friends and everything. There's a wonderful backstory to that. I thought it was a very good episode. This season of Gotham is like fucking crushing it right now. Can't wait for next week's, and we'll talk about next week's once it comes out. But now, interesting. So the Oscars happened. All right. So this is our.
I fell asleep.
She fell asleep.
That happens a lot.
But the best animated feature was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. We tried to see it one time, but packed movie theaters. I will not. I'm just like, okay, let's go home. This place is packed. We didn't reserve tickets, so we were just like, okay, I'll just take my friend's word for it that it's this great movie. Whatever. Some of my friends told me Justice League was a good movie, so I didn't know. And then I see it win Best Animated Feature Oscar, and then I'm just like, oh, let's give it a try. And we watched it. It's absolutely fantastic.
It was great, yeah.
So if you have not seen it, they are re-releasing it in theaters either today or next week.
That's awesome.
Releasing it in theaters just for a weekend. So if you haven't seen it, go out and see it. Because, I mean, I thought it was better than any live-action Spider-Man I saw, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like John Mulaney plays a pig in this
John Mulaney plays Spider-Ham. We're not going to
Yeah,
explain
we're not
the
gonna
plot.
give it away.
We're not going to explain the plot, but because the plot's very complicated. But it's not. It's like complicated to explain, but it's put in front of you in
Yeah.
beautiful colors.
The
very easy to
animation's
follow.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's like comic book mixed with
Mm-hmm.
what's going on with the animated movies
Mhm.
today. It's absolutely wonderful. Absolutely.
Just John Mulaney being in it is like this added treat.
Yeah.
You know, definitely because I love John Mulaney. He's awesome.
Pretty much every line he has is hilarious. There's a lot of adult humor in this movie. It has its dark points. I'm really surprised because I thought this was going to be a kids movie
Yeah.
going in, but there's death. There's really dark stuff in this film.
Yeah, there's definitely drama.
So
I mean, there's a lot of it's kind of like your kind of to some extent like your basic origin story. It's got that in there. It's got the hero's journey. Anyone who's like
it's got stuff you remember from the Spider-Man, the previous Spider-Man movies, the live action. Now that I think about it, if kids could sit through Infinity War, I mean they did bust out, but I think Infinity War pretty much prepared whatever was next for Marvel movies. But this was fantastic.
Yeah,
Deserved the
I
Oscar.
agree.
I didn't see the other nominees, but I doubt they top this. I mean, there's Wreck-It Ralph
Yeah.
2, which
Oh.
I haven't seen. So, anyway, should we give out the big news? Or do you wanna? Should we give out the big
Let's
news?
wait a little bit.
I think
We
if Exterminate was here, he'd let us know.
Yeah.
So
we're only 20 minutes in.
so our next thing would be also happened this week. The X-Men Dark Phoenix trailer hit. We watched it.
It was cool. I mean,
I don't know.
See, it was a nice trailer. Like, I mean, the last X-Men movie I saw though. I mean, we gotta catch up.
I don't try to trust trailers anymore.
No.
I really don't.
Well, I mean, all right. So name the last trailer you saw that had all of the good stuff was in the trailer.
The Street Fighter movie.
The Street Fighter movie? Okay.
Yeah, and
I
then you
agree.
see the Street Fighter movie.
Yeah,
And then
I
it's just
agree.
like, Of course, one hell of a performance by Raul Julia, though.
We're
R.I.P.
talking in the 90s.
R.I.P. Raul Julia. Best line in that movie. I can still recite it. The day Bison grazed your village was the most monumental day in your life, but for me, it was Tuesday. Raul Julia, R.I.P. But X-Men Dark Phoenix, I will give it this. It does look intriguing. I do like the fact that they have alluded to and confirmed that Mystique is killed in this movie.
Spoiler.
I mean, it's not a spoiler. It's in the trailer. They confirmed it. It's right in front of people. It's right in front of people. But they want you to know. That's the point. They want you to know. So they want you to know this, that Jennifer Lawrence.
And that means that we have a villain, Jean Grey, on our hands. And having not ever read, I've read like 2 X-Men comic books when I was a kid.
That's
So,
more than I thought.
So having read like 2, of course it was like the wedding of Jean Grey and Cyclops or whatever. But anyway, that's not the
That's
point.
a wonderful comic.
I read that. I loved it. I read that when I was like 10.
I'm surprised you remember the name of it and everything.
I was like 10. I only owned like 2 X-Men comic books.
I think
and
we
it
should
had
hit.
like
I think we should hit the Be Right Back
Yeah.
screen.
anyway, point being the story was great.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
And I
It's a classic comic
yeah.
book.
But yeah, not really knowing the story behind Phoenix though.
Mm.
Behind, evil Jean Grey.
Well, okay.
You know.
So they tried this with X3, the original trilogy, which you never saw X2 or X3, did you?
I think I saw the first
You saw
2, and then I saw Wolverine, which I wasn't that
Good.
thrilled about.
So you never saw X3. They tried this storyline before in X3. They had Kelsey Grammer looking blue. They had Kelsey Grammer dressed up as Blue at Beast.
Beast.
The lead into it, at the end of 2, the lead into X3 was so masterfully done.
Yeah.
And then X3 came out and it was just shite. It was shite. But yeah, this one, I'm hoping we don't have like another X3 on our hands. I like Jean Grey. I like James McAvoy as Xavier. I like Fassbender as Magneto. The trailer was cool, but I've been burned before by X-Men movies. I'm waiting for Marvel to take full control, recast this sumbitch, redo this universe.
Redo it.
It was over for me at Days of Futures Past, this X-Men franchise. Like, First Class I thought was decent, but then when they brought in the first trilogy's universe and combined it, and then Days of Futures Past happened,
I mean,
it just kind of ruined this little universe for me. That wasn't even done by Marvel, it was done by Sony.
What little like pieces of these movies
Or
I've
Fox,
seen.
I'm sorry.
What little pieces of these movies I've seen, like the costumes are like compared to like the Marvel, the stuff that they do with the Marvel Universe costumes and what have you. So
Absolutely right. And then just I don't know, Apocalypse I dug, but it was still part of this like universe I was like pretty much not emotionally invested in.
yeah,
Like, I don't care what happens to any of the characters in the current X-Men universe. I watched Logan. I love Logan.
yeah.
There you go. That's some closure on the first franchise for me.
I did love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought, other than one tiny thing in the comic book, they pretty much almost stuck to it 100%. Not one tiny, two tiny things. They never showed Wolverine. Oh, well, this is spoilers in the comic. If you've never read the comic, it's pretty much the movie Logan. A couple added characters, a couple subtracted characters. But they never showed the reason why all the X-Men are dead. And it was because, like, Wolverine killed him in some crazy way. I'm not going to fucking spoil it. But, they didn't do that because I guess that'd be horrifying.
I thought they alluded to that.
They alluded to it, but they never showed it.
Yeah, well, I think that's. But I honestly.
I wanted to see it, because if you read the comic, the panels of it are amazing. But yeah, pretty much. So I just want this to be done with, and just Marvel to grab it, redo it. Hugh Jackman can still be Wolverine. I don't give a shit, but
is he gonna be willing to do that?
I think he'd do it if Marvel took the helm. I think he would do it.
Would they completely redo all of it? And does he have that many years in him? Honestly,
he still looks good.
He does, but he's like probably getting his 50s.
Yeah, he'd squash out another 15 more years. Stallone still does movies.
Does anyone watch them?
Squeeze out. I know people that still watch Stallone movies.
I mean, I don't.
I do.
Excuse me?
I know people who watch Stallone movies.
Yeah, like you still watch Stallone movies?
No, that still watch, like, new Stallone movies. I look at them like that.
I was like,
and then I try to be interested.
There are new.
There are like he's
Stallone movies.
There's a new Rambo. There's Rambo: Last Blood coming out.
Dude, he's been doing this as long as I've been alive. Like I think Rambo: First Blood came out the year I was born.
It's just called First Blood.
Whatever it's called, I don't know what it's called. It's a Rambo movie. Okay, when I was a kid, I'm sure I saw like at least 2 of them.
Yeah.
Because my grandpa loved Rambo and. I saw all that Rambo, Predator, Aliens, like all of those like action.
And those were
Conan
good.
the Barbarian.
Those were good.
I saw all of those.
People should just leave them
when
be.
I was a kid.
People should just leave them be.
But like, come on,
Rambo. A new Rambo.
Another Rambo.
I'm sure his son will be in it, and there will be someone to carry on the franchise because that's what they fucking do. They just put some younger fucking person in there, and it's like, oh, it's a son, or it's a fucking protege, and then the takes
they just
over.
completely scrap it and redo it.
Or they just
You
completely
know,
scrap it and
this,
redo it.
I mean, this is why I work in independent film because the scripts are more original.
Yes, and a lot of folk music is used in independent. It's one thing I've noticed.
Not in the stuff I work on.
You want some action scenes with iron and wine? You got it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing around. I
Is
just
that a
made
band name?
Mm-hmm. Iron and wine. You don't know? You don't know?
I was like Stone Roses. I've heard of. I've only ever heard the name, but it's a band name.
Stone Roses. I think we'll
Yeah.
just hold the announcement to the end of the show.
All right.
But okay, so this.
Hola, new viewer. Hello.
Well, hello everyone.
We've got a new viewer.
But so here's our talking point. I think we should have a talking point at least once every episode. So the Captain Marvel trailer came out with I can't remember her name, but the Captain Marvel trailer came out and people got on Rotten Tomatoes and did fake comments and trashed Captain Marvel on Rotten Tomatoes prematurely. So to make the movie look terrible, it's DC fans, blah blah. This has been going on now for quite a while, since basically after Justice League tanked and everything. Every Marvel movie comes out now. DC movie universe fans have to go in there, try to trash Rotten Tomatoes. It's gotten to the point where Rotten Tomatoes changed their whole rating system so that people couldn't leave a rating before a movie came out. So if a movie officially comes out Friday and you see it on a Thursday night, because they do that, you can't go to Rotten Tomatoes right after the movie and post a review. You gotta wait till Friday after everybody's seen it, which, you know, is cool. But really, that Rotten Tomatoes thing was for people who actually got to see the movie a little bit early, and people abused that. This has been going on, like, you don't know this, but this kind of shit's been going on since the 90s with the comic books and shit. You know, I remember when, like, some kid hated me in, like, 4th grade because I liked DC comics and he liked Marvel comics. And he would always just, like, walk up and talk shit and, like, lie about what they were doing with
Really?
Marvel next. What they were, he would lie about shit. He'd be like, oh, they're going to make this into this. And, oh, they're doing this just to sound cool or whatever. And it never ended up happening. And this is what this reminds me of. It's just that kind of petty bullshit. We're just, hey, why can't we just be fans of everything?
I don't know. I mean, we're fans of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, except for Batman.
Reading, okay, Ben Affleck, Batman. Anybody gives Ben Affleck, Batman shit, we agree. Because it was just
I tried to watch, I think we talked about this before. First 20 minutes of Justice League. After the first 20 minutes, I was like, I'm done.
Now you give me like 90s John Goodman in a Batman suit, I might go with it. I don't like my Batman's fat, but I just thought about it. And I thought about John Goodman from the 90s and like his peak condition when he still looked like he could play football.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that in a bat suit. But this guy,
I don't know.
that guy right there, fat Batman.
Oh, I almost fell off my chair.
Oh, wow. Okay. You've had too much fucking coffee.
These chairs
That's
are
a
terrible.
stool.
These chairs are terrible.
Well, we can get new ones.
They're terrible. All I'm trying to do is like lean forward in this chair, and I can't do it.
You almost took the whole desk with you.
I may as well use this as friggin' firewood.
You almost took the whole desk with you, sweetie.
I mean, I only weigh 100 pounds. Come on.
No, but this table's like swinging back and forth.
But yeah, going back to that, like I didn't even know that was a thing. The Marvel universe versus the DC universe. I didn't know that was a thing. Like
It's not really them against each other. I mean, they're different companies and they make movies. It's the fandoms against the other fandom. I think it's
silly. It's so silly. It's kind of like
It happens when there's two of everything, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like grade school or something, you know, when you play Red Rover and you've got like the red team and the blue team or whatever. Is that the one? Is that or a tug of war? Or something. Like, you know, it's
Tug of War is better.
It's,
I was like, Red Rover.
I'm sorry, I'm getting all my... it's been some years since I've been in elementary school, but you know, like, it's a silly, like, why can't we all just get along type of thing. Like, we watch Gotham, and we're also big fans of, like, the Marvel universe, we're, like, what the heck?
Yeah. Yeah, I only trash things when they need trashing.
Like, I dressed
Like,
up
y'all,
as.
y'all saw me trash some X-Men movies. That's Marvel. I've trashed Justice League.
Yeah.
I will continue to trash Justice League any way I can. It has nothing to do because DC. It has everything to do with that it's bad. If it's bad, I'm gonna trash it. And that's how we should stick to things. Let's not like cling on to Marvel movies that are semi-decent. Let's not pretend they're just the greatest fucking things. Just to make the DC fans feel like shit because they, the strongest thing they have is Wonder Woman. That's what I'm saying.
But I like I like the Flash.
Flash
Come
is
on,
good
come on.
too.
We're
but like,
fans of the Flash.
just the DC movies aren't good, But some of the Marvel movies aren't fucking grand. That's my opinion. But I'm not gonna shit on a movie that hasn't even come out yet. I'm not gonna try to.
That's like
sabotage something.
What? Like, there are better ways. There are better things you could do with your time.
That you could make a movie yourself.
You could, I don't know, record your reaction to the trailer and put it on YouTube.
You could make
is
a
that still
talk
a
show
thing?
on Twitch.
You could Photoshop a picture of a dog on Miss Marvel's forehead and post it somewhere if you wanted to.
You could. You really could. But anyway, that's our last segment planned, sweetie. So now we gotta do the news.
All right.
Okay, guys. Well, I don't know how to like break it out.
Have a segue.
Larry Kubiak. Wait, Larry's back. Subscribed 11 months in a row. Larry, thank you very much. Welcome to Nerd Alert. Has Larry been to Nerd Alert before?
I don't think so.
Who is this young man and what have you done with Red?
Wait, has he not seen you since you cut your hair?
I don't think I've streamed since I got my hair. I got my hair cut last week.
We did that quick
We did one
stream.
Nerd Alert. I haven't been on because of a stomach bug. So yeah, this is the first time Larry's seeing it. Larry, how are you? You just came here just in time. We were just going to reveal some huge news.
Big news.
But you know what? Let's stay on topic right now. Let's see what Larry says. Larry,
Right.
What do you think of the Marvel DC? It is your first Nerd Alert, so we're talking directly to you. So Miss Marvel's RottenTomatoes.com had to change their complete rating system and how things are rated because DC fans were trolling Captain Marvel's Rotten Tomatoes page, making the movie seem shittier than it may or may not be because it hadn't come out yet, but people were leaving false reviews. What do you think? Yeah, I just saw Philly D video on it. Yeah, what do you think, Larry? Do you think this fandom rivalry that's pretty much been going on since the 90s comic book days should probably just stop before we all get punished? That's what I think. But what do you think, Larry? I'm just going to hold off on the big news because it's really big. It's really big news. But Larry came in, he subbed. I love you, Larry. It's been going on since the dawn of time. It really has, since the creation of fucking comic book characters and putting it out, and the fact that there's been two companies.
But how do you think we're getting punished? Like,
I don't know. I think this all evolves. Well, I mean, already we're getting punished on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, if you see a movie Thursday night that officially comes out Friday, you can't leave a review. You can't tell people. That way, if it is a bad movie, you can't tell people it's a bad movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they just delaying the inevitable. The trolling will come anyway. The trolling will come in some way, shape, or form. But like Rotten Tomatoes has already changed something that they've had as a foundation on since they became a website. So I don't know. It looks like we might be in the return of a movie critic, like a movie critic we can all trust.
Yeah.
Ever since like Siskel and Ebert.
Ebert and that changed.
Is it even?
It changed to Ebert and Roper.
But is it even still Ebert and Roper anymore? We need
I think Ebert passed away.
Oh.
It was Siskel and Ebert.
I didn't know.
And then I think Siskel passed away, so then it became Ebert and Roper.
Yeah, Ebert.
and then
I
Ebert passed away. So it's like,
totally forgot. You know what
Yeah.
else I totally forgot? So I was watching the
But-
Detective Pikachu
Yeah.
trailer, and I saw Mewtwo, and I was like, you know who would play a great voice for Mewtwo? Alan Rickman. And then I sat there for a second, and I went, oh, he died. And then I cried for a little bit. So, Larry, we're going to get to our big news.
big news.
I don't know how to present this.
Um,
We've hyped it so
well,
much. Okay,
they
so
all did. They all
they
did.
all did. Oh my gosh. all the-
Well, I mean, we've got, like, all you have to do.
See, if we go to the next scene, it's spoiled. So we gotta really
we gotta
build this up, and then
So
deliver
Dan and
this.
I have
we've had this dream
there. Yes, there has been a dream.
of white people and black people together as one. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we started Nerd Alert back before there was Red Nebula Pictures, and we were on one of the goals was to take this out and about, was just
Mhm.
to have to go places and record segments, and where I'm going with this is good,
Yeah.
and just do like outside stuff, bring it in segments, put it on,
Mhm.
and then when we got to Twitch, we were just like, oh, we can do this because of
Mhm.
Streamlabs and everything. So we just threw our names out here and there with Nerd Alert,
Mhm.
see where it stuck. Well, it stuck. It stuck in a big way.
Mhm.
On May 3rd through the 5th, we will be recording episodes at the Dallas Fan Expo,
Jazz hands.
Dallas Comic Con,
Yes.
celebrity interviews, comic book writer interviews.
Oh my gosh.
This is still
Like-
new, but we can confirm.
This,
We are going to
like-
be there recording episodes of Nerd Alert May 3rd through the 5th. As far as who we're going to interview, we don't know who we're going to
Don't
interview.
know.
However, there are guests such as like Christopher Lloyd, Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future, Rainn
Yeah.
Wilson from The Office, Mia Farrow from Rosemary's Baby. God, who else is
Sean
showing up?
Astin.
Sean Astin, Corey Feldman, all those Lost
Jason
Boys,
Patrick.
all the kids from the It movie.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Kids from the It movie.
so many people.
yeah.
From the comic book world, Jim Lee, of course. He's there every year. But we pretty much owe everyone here a thank you, including
Yes.
you, Larry. Larry, you are an 11-month subscriber, and it's because of this Twitch numbers for the past year, which we're having a year celebration stream. It's because of the Twitch numbers we were pretty much allowed in. They liked our Twitch numbers, and they were like, yeah,
we're
come on in, and you're local, come on in. And if it weren't for you guys, we wouldn't be doing this, and it's absolutely insane, and we've been holding it in all week. We don't even plan on telling
I mean-
Facebook until like we're there.
yeah. I mean, we're just kind of like, I'm kind of like, all right, whatevs, you know.
Yeah, we're not.
Just watch the stream, and then you'll find out. you
Yeah,
know?
we're not putting anything on social media yet until like
probably the
we're
day
told
of.
we could, but it was okay to thank our Twitch audience live directly. And it sucks that there's only 4 people,
Hey,
but
you
people
guys got
have
the
work.
first.
You
Yeah,
guys
but-
got the first exclusive news. Other
Yeah.
people missed out. And
Yeah.
I got a feeling you better live stream it though. No, it's gonna be recorded. I was thinking of a way, like, how could we make this live? And that requires a lot of equipment.
Mhm.
And to do these press things, they require like not so much equipment. There's a
Yeah, we
whole
have to-
thing, whole guidelines we gotta follow.
We have to pack light.
Yeah, we have
and
to
move quickly.
have to pack light, move quickly, all
But-
that other stuff. But
yeah.
it will be we will record it, put it in segments, and during live episodes of Nerd Alert, we're gonna boom, here you go.
Unload some content.
Unload some content, show some interviews, plus we have the YouTube, and
Yeah.
it'll have it all on demand. It's going to be
Just
a lot of...
kidding.
Oh,
Larry
just
said he's
kidding.
Just kidding.
No, I want
It
to
would
do
be
that,
cool
though.
if we
I
could.
want to do, eventually at some point, out and about, live on location, streams. But this is the next best thing in at an event. Like, I thought our first event would be like a bake sale or some shit. I didn't. But it's because of and it's ironic, but it's because of the Twitch viewership and how it's been building for the last pretty much 5 or 6 months, and here we are coming up March 22nd with a year. And Larry was in here like that means Larry found me a month in and has been subbing ever since.
That's awesome.
We gotta do something for Larry. We gotta make a whole Larry segment on Nerd Alert.
When's your birthday?
We gotta do a whole Larry segment.
Live reporting from neighbor yard.
Yeah, live reporting. My neighbor's getting rid of his shit.
Hey, are there? What kind of records you get?
All of his furniture smells like weed. We're gonna have a Larry episode. I'm gonna find pictures of you, and this whole background is just gonna be a collage of Larry. Oh, I want to have the Larry episode. So it's either gonna be your birthday, or it's gonna be a segment on our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're gonna have a Larry segment on Nerd Alert on March 22nd.
Yeah.
There are none out there. I'm undercover. Well, you know what? A collage of just random faces, and one of them will be Larry. Someone's calling. I'll give them a call back. But yeah, that's the big.
Yes.
That is the big.
And we you know what we need to do though? You know what I want to do is we have a lot of pictures from, because we've been to 2 Comic-Cons now together.
Been 2 or 3
We've been
Comic-Cons.
to 2 or 3. We've gotten a lot of really great pictures. I would love to post those, on.
Oh yeah.
Do a slideshow on one of our shows, because we got. I mean, I met freaking what's his name?
I think
freaking Barry Bostwick. Come on, I love that guy. And
we met more than Barry Bostwick. It's just funny that's the first.
People,
that's the first one she says. To me, I think that's funny.
Barry Bostwick from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I was gonna say Spin City,
I'm
but
thinking about it and I'm freaking out. And he was in Law and Order SVU. That's what I brought up. Oh my God, you're in Law and Order SVU. We met. Oh my gosh, so many good memories.
Well, we have good memories of just us being a couple being at Fan Expo Dallas, and now we're gonna be there actually doing shit.
Yeah.
And we also have 2 producers to thank, Rhonda and Narcy Tovar. We've been working with them on commercials for small businesses for a couple years now, and they were just like, hey, we've got this, we can throw your name into the hat, and we were like, yeah, sure, throw our name into that. I didn't think we were gonna get accepted, and we got accepted.
Hey,
they let anybody into Comic-Con, guys. They let FYI, just get a camera and a Twitch channel, and they'll let you into your fucking local Comic-Con.
I don't think it's that. Nah, it's not that easy.
I feel like it's that simple, because I still can't believe it.
Not that easy.
But
it's because we're, I'd like to think it's because we're us.
That is not it.
That's what I'd like to
not it at all. People don't know me too well. I'm a loose cannon. You shouldn't put me in public anywhere. Oh, now you totally deserve it. Thank you, Larry. Well, I mean, it's going to be... Okay, so who do you want to interview the most?
Who do I want to interview the most?
We don't know who we're interviewing. We still got to get a list of celebrities and people who will talk to the press and everything.
Probably Rainn Wilson.
Okay,
Rainn Wilson or Corey Feldman. Because I had a big crush on him when I was a kid.
That's right. Yeah, I want her around Corey Feldman.
Sean Astin, I had a big crush on Sean Astin too.
Isn't Corey Feldman doing that shit with his band?
Oh, I forgot.
Oh no, that's the same Corey Feldman, isn't it?
Yeah,
the Michael Jackson dude. No, you're not going anywhere near him. I don't care if he's a fucking Ninja Turtle either. You're not going.
Wait, why?
We're not going anywhere near Corey Feldman.
Why?
I just don't. I've seen it. I don't trust it.
I got this.
I trust you. I don't trust his fucking moonwalking ass.
I don't even like Michael Jackson. There's
It's not Michael Jackson. It's Corey Feldman.
I know, but you're talking about he's like Michael Jackson.
He's trying to do Corey Feldman be fucking. His whole band.
He's scary looking.
Why would you want to interview him?
Because I remember when he was.
He's gonna try to put you in his fucking band.
I watched him in that what Abraham Lincoln High School Rules or some crap like that. It was there was some high school, there was some movie when he was in high school and he like wore this leather jacket, and I was like 6 years old and I was like, oh my god, I have a crush on Corey Feldman. I've seen him in The Goonies. The Goonies Never Say Die.
No,
Come
no.
on.
That Corey Feldman's dead.
Okay, then Sean Astin. Sean Astin. I was a fan of Sean Astin before.
Rudy.
I was a fan of Sean Astin before the Ring movies came out. So
I was
I'm fan
too.
of that Sean Astin.
It was called Rudy. And we all cried.
He was also in like Whitewater Summer and some romantic movie in the 90s that I like was like, oh,
You should keep away from Jason Momoa because nobody can compete with him. He canceled Larry up top.
Oh,
Bam!
I
He canceled on the
again,
Dallas Comic Con.
Rainn Wilson and Sean Astin. I would probably laugh if I saw Corey Feldman face to face. I forgot what he looks like now, but
I mean, he did like 2 performances on the Today Show with his band
that's
of
what I was thinking
of
about.
women that he sleeps
Forgot
with
about that.
in exchange for. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he sleeps with them. I mean, I think he does sleep with them, but that's who that is.
Like
now.
he's just like a lovable weirdo. I think. But
Well, we'll have that
but
filmed.
I edited my answers to Rainn Wilson and Sean Astin.
Don't worry, this story arc will continue when we go to Comic-Con. The Corey Feldman saga, what's gonna happen when Misty meets him? I'd rather not happen, but thank God I'll be there. I'm gonna have to hit Corey Feldman. No, I'm kidding.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland is
Come
also gonna be
on.
there. Did I say Mia Farrow from Rosemary's
Yes,
Baby?
yes.
I did. All of Back to the Future. All of what's that show? I didn't watch it. Not Days of Our Lives. What Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
I never really watched more than a couple episodes.
Larry's looking at the guest list. So yeah, all those
Yeah.
people on the guest list. And there's still more to be announced.
So yeah.
It is pretty impressive. They still got to replace. I feel like they still got to replace Jason Momoa with somebody just as big. But Zachary Levi from Shazam there, and we were, let's go back to the Marvel vs. DC thing because I want to insert Zachary Levi's point. But Zachary
That's right.
Levi is going to be starring in Shazam. But the whole reason, one of the big reasons that all the trolls did that on the Captain Marvel page was because Shazam used to be called Captain Marvel, blah, 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 blah. But
That's
Zachary
annoying.
Levi, this is all built up to where Zachary Levi has to get on his Twitter and yell at his, not his fans, but yell at the
Mhm.
comic book movie universe and say, what are y'all doing? This doesn't help us. Like, this does nothing, blah, blah, blah. So that was the final point I'd like to add to that. So it's stretched out as far as, like, a celebrity.
It made
Like a star of a movie going, what are you fucking,
he is
what?
talking crap to his fans on Twitter, and you
Not his
made him
fans.
do it because you're children.
Yes. That's pretty much it.
Zachary Levi had to take time out of his busy schedule.
And he will be at Dallas Fan Expo. And we will ask him all about that.
Let's do.
We will ask him all about that. It was more a backlash against Brie Larson because she talked shit about white males. Well, we are terrible.
White male patriarchal.
I'm
society.
sure whatever she said was pretty accurate.
White male
Which is a tough one with
patriarchy.
comic book fans. I'm not. Like, I'm a white comic book fan, and I'm sure whatever she said, I can just go, yeah, probably, yeah. Like, anytime, like this, Jay Walker, what's up, Jay?
Hello.
Welcome. Jay, the big news. I don't think I've told Jay. Jay, the big news. Nerd Alert is going to Comic-Con. We got
Yay. I
press
look like
passes.
everything.
We're going to record episodes at Dallas Comic-Con with celebrity guests.
Yeah.
We were just talking about what celebrity guests we would like to interview. We don't know which ones we're going to interview yet. We have to be given a list of who wants to talk to the press and everything. But harassing someone at the con, I'm in. But yeah, no, we're not going to harass. We don't want to get thrown out. We at least want to get like 2 episodes recorded.
Yeah.
Um,
To-
But yeah, it's gonna be a 3-day thing.
We're excited.
We don't know that many details about it, but yeah, this has been the news we're holding in. We're not posting it on Facebook yet. We wanted to tell the Twitch audience since that's what got us there.
Yes.
Now look, everybody's coming in now on the big news.
Yeah.
All right, guys,
Yeah, 'cause
welcome
it's
new
almost
viewers.
6.
It's almost 6.
Yay.
Maybe we should start Nerd Alert at 6 p.m. You think we
I
should do that
mean-
new time frame in celebration
Yeah.
of Dallas Fan Expo?
Yeah, we could do that.
We should switch to 6 because people get off work
Yeah.
at 5 and everything.
Yeah.
So welcome, guys. We're going to be recording episodes May 3rd through the 5th at Dallas Comic Con, interviewing celebrities, comic book writers, cosplayers, because that's a thing. People like cosplayers. It's 1 a.m.
Yeah.
for Larry. Maybe we
6.
should just keep it at 5 then, just for
Yeah.
Larry. Larry has been subscribing
Dang.
like most of our
Yeah.
existence. So we're doing what Larry
Dang.
says, and we're keeping it at 5.
All right.
But we're gonna just stretch this out. Let
Yeah.
everybody stretch their feet.
Yeah.
We were talking Gotham earlier. Gotham was good. This, by the way, they're re-releasing Spider-Man Into the
Yeah.
Spider-Verse. I think today or maybe next Friday. It won the Best Animated Picture Oscar, deservedly so. We watched it last night.
It's
We hadn't seen it because we hate going to the movies, but we saw it and
It
it's
was awesome.
amazing. Go see that. But yeah, this I still can't believe.
Yeah. Neither can I. Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
So if you want to see,
welcome new viewers.
welcome new viewers. If you want to see
Mhm.
everything you basically see here, I still have to see it. I'm super hype about it. See
Yes.
it, Larry. Seriously,
Yes.
serious.
It's back in theaters. Is it worldwide or is it just in
I
the
think
U.S.?
I think it's worldwide. Next, I want to see is Battle Angel Alita. I'm hearing good things on that. I'm not familiar with the genre or the franchise,
Mhm.
but I do want to see that as well. I'm just dropping in links for you guys, so you'll always know when we're on streaming. I'll be streaming games more. I just had a stomach bug. She'll back me up on that.
Yeah.
I had a stomach bug after the last stream. Nerd Alert at Comic Con Dallas.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
We gotta. Can we make a new emote?
We do need to make new emotes.
Yeah.
We are working on that. Subscriber badges, all that good stuff. New emotes, all that. We actually got to get professional now and shit.
Yeah,
now that
we
we're going to
do.
this,
We do.
we
Jay,
probably have to like make up terms and copyright them, like hooga hump. I don't know. That's not a thing. We're not doing that. I'm waiting for Spider-Man to get to Redbox.
Yeah.
Dude, it's all out digitally right now on your PlayStation or on your whatever that.
Is it? Now?
Yeah, it's out on
Is-
digital.
It's
It
out.
is worth $20. I would
20
just
bucks?
buy it for $20. I would.
20 bucks.
I would buy it. I would keep it. I've already watched it twice, so I'm watching it
Yeah.
multiple times because the animation in this
It's
movie in
amazing.
Spider-Man is fucking amazing.
And I haven't done any research as to
how they
how
did it.
they
Yeah.
did it, but like, yeah, I want to know.
Yeah.
Of course I do.
I thought I'd seen it all, and then you watch the Spider-Man movie, and it's just like, well, what more could they do? Like, oh my god. The only thing we missed out on is seeing it in 3D, and I feel like if we
Yeah.
saw it in 3D, our minds would just be even more
Probably
blown.
so.
So
Yeah.
we're probably gonna go see the
Yeah.
re-releases in 3D, but nope, not paying more than $1.75 if I don't know if I like it.
Oh,
Oh,
come on,
you'll
it
like
won,
it.
It won Oscars.
You'll like it, dude. No, there's a reason it won the best animated best animated feature Oscar. That was $1.75. I know. But yeah, listen to the chat bot. You can check out past episodes of our original shows like Nerd Alert and Crowd's Fault right there at the link. We showed a little bit of Crowd's Fault at the beginning of the episode. I feel like people weren't here at the beginning. Now they're
Yeah.
all here.
Yeah.
Guys, let's not end stream quite yet. Just one more thank you to everyone because
Thank
this
you.
would not be possible without you coming in, hitting follow, typing hello, fucking just subscribing 11 months in a
Yeah,
row,
I mean,
Larry.
We
Jeez.
haven't. Yeah.
This would not be happening if it weren't for you guys. And when we started Red Nebula, our thing was like, we gotta get Red
We-
Nebula into Comic Con.
Yeah, Originally, that was a booth.
Originally, that was the plan.
You know?
And but like, how do you get like a production
Yeah.
company into Comic-Con at a booth? Like,
But
what do
you
we
gotta
sell?
have something to sell.
You gotta have
and
something
it takes
to
a lot
sell.
of money to make a film, even if it's a short film, if you want to do it right.
Yeah. So then we started Nerd Alert back up because of Twitch and what we could do here at Stream with the Streamlabs OBS, and so we started up. And honestly, this was just, hey, let's just throw it out there. Let's just see. We were totally expecting rejection, and because of you guys,
Yep.
this has nothing to do with us. This season is only 5 episodes old. This is all you guys. You guys got us here, and we're going to do some cool stuff. We're hoping that subscribers, that once we get the rules on the press, we could give our subscribers, like Larry, an opportunity to type a question to us to ask whatever celebrity that you want to, Larry.
We'll see.
We'll see if we can do that
we-
with the press junkets and info that we get. But that's what we want.
We're gonna have more stuff going on though. Like when year anniversary stream is for Red Nebula's channel. Is gonna be on the 22nd of March. So we're gonna have some stuff for you guys.
We want to do a giveaway, and we want to do a Steam gift card giveaway for our year anniversary as a way of giving it back and everything. So we want to do that March 22nd. Other than that, here are some bits to tip around at the con. Oh, thank you, Larry. Larry, you're getting 2 segments. God damn it, Larry. You're getting 2 segments, Larry. Such a good man. But yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, back to train of thought. Yeah, we're gonna do giveaway March 22nd. And until then, tonight the Division 2 open beta came out. I'm gonna go download that, and we're probably gonna do a multi-game stream of the Division 2 open beta and Apex Legends,
Ooh.
which I'm pretty decent at Apex Legends. I've been looking it up. They've got a little thing online where it's like, if you have this many wins, you're considered this type of player. And I'm considered a pretty alright player. It literally said pretty alright player, so I'm just going to take that. I'm just going to take that for what it is. Other than that, guys, we're going to close this out. We're not going to end the stream. We're actually going to show you just a preview of the new Crowd's Vault, and then it'll close out on that. If you'd like to listen to the whole episode, I'm going to do some Apex Legends after. Fuck yeah. If you like to listen to the whole episodes, here is the YouTube link again. I suck penis at it, though. Don't worry about it. Larry, just team with me, bro. I'll get you some wins. I will get you some wins. But if you want to listen to more of Crowd's Fault or watch every episode of Nerd Alert so far, there is our YouTube link. Now we're just going to get it right carried away into Crowd's Fault. It is about the Jussie Smollett situation. If you haven't been following the situation of what's going on here in America, at least, with this dude named Jussie Smollett, who was on the show Empire, woo! It's a doozy. So here's a little preview of that. And guys, I'm Dan.
I'm Misty.
And this has been Nerd Alert, Episode 5. See you next week.
Yeah.
Sub to ring the bell. Bruh. I feel like since we started this show, like every time right before we're about to record an episode, some crazy thing happens, whether it's Liam Neeson or the abduction in plain sight thing, and now this Jussie Smollett. Bruh. What is next?
Yeah, they're gonna reveal that Hillary Clinton is a reptilian or some shit like that.
Do people not know that?
Yeah, but they're gonna reveal it. There's plenty of people that know that. Did you not watch Alex Jones today on Joe Rogan?
Oh, and then that happened right before we hit record. Alex Jones shows up on Joe Rogan. Oh boy, I can't wait when we report on the apocalypse. But today,
aren't we?
We're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there. I believe
this is one of the seventh sons.
I believe this week's incident, or this little recent incident,
It's been about a month going now.
It's predicted in Revelations. I do believe. So I was aware of this guy through memes, like you were, Jake.
Yeah.
Never got the full story. I know the basics of what he did.
Right.
So we pulled up the Chicago Tribune, go right to the source, city where it happened in, and we pulled up the article, and we have everything dated from what Jussie Smollett did. Now, a little background on Jussie Smollett. He's an actor on the show Empire. I would just be happy enough to have a TV role. Apparently not Jussie.
Openly gay, openly black.
I don't think he has that choice.
I'm just saying.
I don't think that's a...
He's not hiding it. You
Well,
know?
how could you? How could you, Jake? How could you hide it?
I don't know, man.
Well, anyway. So, he's from Empire. I would be happy, as somebody in the entertainment industry, I would just be happy with a TV show in general. I wouldn't be greedy and want more if I was greedy.
Well,
I'd just
hold
audition
on.
more.
Let's tell people what happened, what he did.
Okay. Let's get right full into it from
He
beginning
made
to
a
end.
claim last month that two men attacked him near his apartment, and they put a noose around his neck, and they started calling him faggot and the N-word and everything else. Cut to now, and pretty much it's been, solidified that he faked the entire thing.
Yes. January 22nd, the week before he says he was attacked in Streeterville, which I want to live there. That sounds like a town in the cartoon Doug.
Right.
Smollett reported receiving
It's
an
a
envelope.
suburb of Pleasantville.
It's a suburb. Smollett reported receiving an envelope addressed to him at a production studios on Chicago's West Side. The envelope was postmarked in southwest suburban Bedford Park 4 days earlier. The letters MAGA were written in red ink, and inside was a threat in cutout letters, "You will die, black expletive." There was a white powder in the envelope, but it was
I wonder what
determined...
the expletive was.
I don't know. I have no idea.
So many things it could be.
It's a mystery. But it was determined to be crushed pain reliever, according to police. So, that's what Jussie says. Hey, Jake.
What?
I cleaned the bathrooms. Like you told me
yeah?
to. Yeah, like you told me to.
You did good?
Yeah, I did good, yeah.
Like, you scrubbed the toilets and the urinals and everything.
No. I didn't do the toilets or the urinals. Fuck no. I did not do any of that. Fuck
you
no.
didn't clean the restroom.
Well, no, I cleaned the restroom, but I'm not touching the fucking toilets and shit.
That's part of the fucking job. Whenever I asked you to clean the toilets, okay? Okay. Why didn't you clean the toilets?
You know.
How do you suppose we should get the toilets cleaned?
I mean, call a plumber, bro. Like, that's what they're there for.
Plumber.
Yeah, plumber.
What does a plumber do?
Plums, motherfucker. Plums. Look, if this is a problem,
Dude,
man.
I don't know that we can fucking work together.
Work together? I don't even think we can do a podcast together.